Oh, the cop is on here. Jun Ho. That's him.
No, that's not the cop. The cop is Gung Yo. Let me make sure that Jun Ho might be the cop.
Yeah, Jun Ho is the cop. Oh, he a little model. Okay, look at
Let me
him.
make sure I'm ready because I want to get one more person's name down, and that is the guy who lost at the end.
The real name is Park. On here, it's Sang Woo. Oh yeah, Sang Woo.
This is gonna be tough. And then what's the old man's name? They only got the old man's.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go to IMDb.
Yeah, because this is some bullshit. Welcome back to the Ride Along podcast. We are trying to figure out the names of these people, bro, because I ain't gonna lie. I kind of know the names, but it's the faces. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be racist. I am not trying to be racist to my Asian people out there. But god dang, bro.
I mean, it's true. You can't really get mad when somebody say, "Oh, you look like somebody else." Who's
I mean,
part of your
it's like
same
three
race.
people that look alike on the show to me, and it's weird. Well, if we're gonna be honest, to most other races, people look alike. Like I remember there was a joke about like Chris Tucker in Rush Hour. They called him Kobe when he was in Asia.
Oh yeah,
It's like because every black tall guy, they would just call him a basketball player, or he just looks like So like if you're not of that race, a lot of people look alike to you. So you have
But
to.
at least we trying.
Have to get used to it. But I am going to try to get these names right because I know a lot of people who've been reviewing this. It was like, oh, we don't want to butcher names, so we not. I'm like, I'd rather you try to get my name right, and butcher it than call me, hey boy,
Right.
So no, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna be saying, hey, the guy who was doing this and that to reference it. But anyways, let's get into this. Of course, we're talking about the number one show on Netflix, Squid Game. Everybody's been talking about it. I don't want to butcher any names. It's gonna have.
We trying.
It's gonna be tough. I have it in front of me. I have all the faces and the names, even though that don't help. But I have everything in front of me. We're gonna try and get this right. I'm gonna try to explain who did what. So your boy is trying here. And I think there's a lot to unpack in this show. So
yeah,
let's get straight into it. Of course, start off with our overall thoughts on the show. Starting with you, what you think?
It was great. Of course, I just realized it came out September 17th. I didn't even realize it's barely been a month. Wow, it got that big that fast because it is that good. I mean, it caught me off guard at first. At first, I was in and out of it on the first episode, but it caught my attention once they got to that first game, red light, green light.
Yeah.
Once that came, and everybody found out what was really about to go down, that's when it got good. It was nothing like I ever seen before. I've never seen a show really just like it. But to me, it was like a hybrid of
Hunger Games,
and what's that game show? Can you beat a fourth grader?
Yeah,
it's like a little kids game, and then Hunger Games mixed together. It was pretty cool. I did hear that the guy who wrote it, who created it back in like 2010 or something like that, and he finally got it on Netflix 2021 after all that time, and it's probably what the most streamed show on Netflix.
It's the most streamed, yeah, I think ever.
Yeah,
check.
Yeah, that's for a reason. It was entertaining.
Yeah, I share a lot of the same sentiments as far as for me. It's tough. I'll take that back. It's tough because if I'm judging it by American standards of somebody who's not really a film person, like I just watch. All I do is watch Netflix and certain like Marvel or Hollywood movies and stuff like that. I don't really go international and just stay in our region. Then this is probably one of the best shows I've ever seen, hands down. But if you really expand your range, there's a boatload of shows that are like this that are really good, probably a lot better. I will say this year, this is the second best show I've seen on Netflix. Third best show of this year for me. This is gonna be tough for me because Invincible, I really, really like. Invincible was really good, but I think the superhero genre, people kind of get played out with that, and there's a couple of
Mhm.
other factors, and being animated and stuff like that, so that kind of helps it. That was gruesome too, and the thing about it, Americans, we love the gore. A lot of people are looking at the gore and oh, blood, oh, this
Mhm.
and that, oh, that's kind of sinister. The game, there's a twist on the game, but the deeper part of this show, like, what would you do? Like, just showing
Yeah.
how sick people can be for money.
Mhm.
That's cool. There were so many extra things that were in the show. Like, I don't want to get too far into it, but just on the surface level for right now of the overall view, it's a good show for sure, for sure.
I agree. There's a lot of Korean shows in particular that are really good. I've seen a couple. I actually need to
Yes.
go back and watch them.
Yes.
It's actually pretty good.
Actually, one of the best. A lot of people say one of the best zombie movies of all time. It's a movie called Train to Busan, and it's funny because the guy who was the salesman in this show, the guy who was offering Jin Yoon, I hope I got that right, Jin Yoon, the main character,
Mhm.
the guy who was offering him a chance at I think it was 1,000. I'm gonna put everything in dollars because I don't know how much it amounts,
Oh
but it was like
yeah.
100,000 or
Yeah,
100K if
that's
he
right.
if he was able to turn his card over or something like that. Like they had the red and
Mhm.
the blue. So the salesman in that is the main character in Train to Busan. So everybody who knows, he's probably already a star in Korea because that's a huge movie. A lot of people, even in America, would say that's one of the best zombie movies they ever saw. Another movie, Parasite. Bro, I saw Parasite and I was like, wow, this movie is really good. And it almost touches on the same thing as this is as the classism. Like I noticed Korean movies kind of they really have this thing about deep moral codes and classism, and also they always have this element of you could easily be in this situation too. Or we always, like Americans, we get, I ain't gonna say Americans, people, we get caught up in emotions
Oh yeah.
as far as who we're rooting for. Like they easily made us root for the person who probably shouldn't have won this game. Jin Yoon should not have won this game. He was probably one of the most fucked up people in this game.
Yeah, the last two guys,
The last two guys were, but
they were the
the
main
other guy's
characters
more
though.
understandable than Jin Yoon
Oh
because
yeah,
he
for
wasn't
sure.
fucked up. He was just kind of embarrassed and was like, "Hey, by any means."
Oh,
Jin
for
Yoon
sure.
was a deadbeat father.
Mhm.
He was mooching off his mom. He stole his mom's card and used that money to gamble. He owed shit to the mom. Have you ever seen Uncut Gems? With
Yeah.
Adam, he was Adam Sandler. When I saw, I was like, this nigga is just like Uncut Gems. And I couldn't even watch that because I was like, Adam Sandler, you keep doing shit to yourself to fuck yourself up. Like you robbing Peter literally to pay Paul. You're literally doing that. And that's what this guy was doing. And on top of that, you're a deadbeat father and you stealing from your mom. So like, what is your moral code? So don't give me this moral code bullshit at the end where, oh, we should have rooted for. But the thing I
Yeah.
liked about it is this show made you root for him. It was able to kind of psych you out and make you think he was a good person when really he wasn't.
Mm.
He even tricked the old man, the guy who was supposed to be his friend. He tricked the motherfucker. So we can't be like,
Yeah.
oh, everybody turning point for the other guy. Let me look his name up.
You talking about Sungwoo?
Sangwoo, is that him?
Yeah.
Sangwoo, the
The other
bad guy.
guy.
I'm gonna go off your name. So if you're wrong,
Yeah.
it's you.
He's
All
the
right.
guy who,
So
was at the
the Pakistani guy who when he tricked
Right.
him, but the rules of the game was by any means necessary, and also, I mean, shit. It was any means necessary. So he played by the rules, and we know what type of game this is. In my life on the line, I'm doing the same shit. So you
Sure.
call me what you want. Now he did go kind of overboard by killing old girl, slicing her neck,
Oh
but at
yeah.
the same time, they were plotting against him. It was gonna be 2 against 1. They would have jumped that nigga. So he had to even the odds.
That girl was already about to die.
Well, look, we don't know for sure.
Each character had their own with triggers and personalities, things that they had to recognize and get over through this whole process. Especially the female Sabyok.
Oh, baby girl.
I
don't know
love
Her
her.
name baby girl.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
baby
yeah.
girl.
Her.
Yeah.
I liked her story from beginning to end. Like her character did grow, especially after she made partners with that other chick who really opened her eyes. I don't know what that girl
She's one of the only characters on this show that I actually liked.
Yeah.
Everybody else, even the main character, I hated everybody else. Sabyok and Nam. I felt no lie, I felt bad when Nam died, but he was just so gullible, and that's why I felt bad for him.
Nam, the
Nam.
old guy.
No, no. Oh, not Nam. My bad. Not Nam.
Yeah,
Abdul
I was about to
Ali.
say.
Abdul Ali. Ali. I'll call him
Yeah, yeah,
Ali.
yeah. Ali.
Ali. He was the guy I felt bad
I felt
for
bad for him too.
because he was just so damn gullible, man. And I was just
He
like,
really had a
like,
genuine heart.
yeah. But then again, he only had like a couple of fingers. I was like, it's only so far he's gonna make it.
I mean, that had nothing to do with it.
It
He was
has tug of
strong.
war. I would have been like, fuck.
Oh,
I'd have
man.
been pissed. I was like, bro.
But he was the strongest. That's why he was at the back. He was the strongest.
But he hid that. He hid that. Like no, most people didn't know that. I think what's his name told him to hide that.
Yeah.
So they don't think you're
Before
weak.
that game, though, I think.
I think it was right before that game.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken.
Shoot, that tug of war game was incredible.
That was so smart.
Yeah.
I love how they did it. They was like, let them go. Let like release the tension.
Yeah.
And so they fall back and then you pull as soon as they fall. That was brilliant. I like that they beat them with smarts. I was like, how are y'all gonna outsmart them? Because there's no way y'all can beat them. Because
That
y'all
just made me think
strength.
of me.
There's no way. Is this show misogynistic?
Misogynistic. I mean, they tried to go that route. I mean, for the first game, Tug of War, it made sense, you know, to be like, oh, you don't know what's about to happen. Let's just have all men on the team, especially those who already knew what was about to happen.
Right.
They were the doctor already knew it was a tug of war game, I believe, and somebody else knew it was a tug of war game. So they knew they needed only men on their team. But
Well,
after
I was just,
that,
I was actually just like I was being hyperbolic. I really don't think this show is misogynistic at all. I think it was realistic. Like,
they had moments.
no,
They had moments. Like what's his name? The one from the end. He was
Who?
like, we got 2 girls on our team already. Don't bring another girl on the team.
But they were right. It's
He
funny. It's
didn't
funny.
know what game was about.
You know what's funny is that people go back to their natural instinct when your life is on the line. Oh, we not equal when our life is on the line. Even the woman was like, I want to team up with the strongest person here, which was the guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
That's
I mean, y'all, it's all fun and games. We all equal when we don't have to, when our lives are on the line. But when our lives are on the line, hey, I won't be with the men. You know what I'm saying? They strong. You know what I'm saying? All the men are strong. You know what I mean? So it's just funny. I thought that was funny. That was one of the side points I saw in this. It like I joke about like the whole women and men thing, but you know there is real. What's the word? I guess there's facts behind it too.
Oh, for sure. I mean,
There's a lot.
It's a fact. Men are stronger. You don't know what game is about to come. If I'm about to play tug of war, I want to be with
Right,
all the
once you got-
strong men.
right.
That's just a fact.
Right.
But even with what they had all the strong men on the other side, and the team with the 2 girls won. You know what I'm saying? You just it's all about strategy, technique. It's all about smarts.
Because of Nam though, because old girl was crying and
Yeah.
and it hurt. Oh my god! One thing I didn't like her mainly because I thought her character arc was whack because at the beginning it was like I'll do anything to win. I'll sell like I'll get I'll give my goodies away to win. She was stupid. Like, are you here to win? Like, you gave everything up because you embarrassed, bitch. Like, come on, man. Like, are you not trying to win? And she wanted to win by any means necessary, but she didn't have the strength. She really didn't have the smarts, but she was trying to be manipulative, and she latched onto the strongest guy and tried to give him sex and use anything, manipulate him. And I didn't buy the whole her falling in love with him or her feeling played because he used her. I didn't buy that. She's like, oh, I'm gonna kill both of us. So your whole character, your thing was winning by any means necessary. You were a coward. And now all of a sudden you have the balls to kill yourself. Like I didn't buy that much. But
she wanted to kill him so bad she killed herself.
But for what? Because she really didn't care about him.
Because he screwed her over.
She was screwing. They were screwing. Everybody was getting screwed over.
It was very extreme. It was dramatic.
Yeah, that was dramatic. But
yeah, that's true.
This felt like a live action anime.
Yeah.
Anime is they're really like just extra and they're always yelling. And then even at the end, Jin Yoon, like when nobody was left, he was thinking, like, you remember before the glass hopping, I don't know the name of that game, when they were jumping glass to glass.
Mm-hmm.
It was narration and it, like we got to hear what he was thinking. He's like, oh, if I pick number 1, I don't want to be the
Right.
first to go. But if I pick 16, I don't want to be last to go because that could be bad too.
Right.
And boy, was he lucky. He got 16.
He was so lucky.
He was so lucky. And that's why I don't think that game, because a lot of people are reaching. Stop reaching, Mr. Fantastic. Y'all out there just reaching and saying Jin Yoon was predicted to win this game. Like they rigged it so he can win because of his friendship with Nam, with the old guy.
Nah.
A lot of people were saying that. People were like, oh yeah, he was supposed to win. That's why he got 456, and 456 means this, and that's why Nam is number one and he's 456. If y'all, these are for all the people who don't watch these anime. A lot of people who watch anime can be very cliche. So like you've even noticed how Jin Yoon would always escape at the end of the game, like right at the end, he'll figure it out, or he'll be the last person, or it'll be some hint of luck that makes him win. He'd be like all
when he
odds are
started
against
licking
him.
the cookie.
Yeah. A lot of yeah. Did you see when they were interviewing them and they had to lick the cookies and like they were doing the challenge? Yeah, they did an interview with the Squid Game cast.
Oh, really?
And they had like a few of them were licking the cookies or doing the little challenge.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. I think I can get it.
You think so?
I think I can win. I
And
ain't
the
looking-
thing about it, I keep forgetting this guy's name, Song Woo. He knew that he didn't want to pick the umbrella. He was so trifling. He could have helped that guy out. Like,
Fuck that nigga, man.
I know.
Fuck that
He
nigga.
was so trifling through the whole thing. He deserved to die at the end after all that.
They all deserved it. Jin Yoon too. I'm actually, honestly, I was hoping Sung Woo would somehow figure it out.
You was hoping he would figure it out?
He might as well. He put in all the work. He did the work to win. Everybody
smart.
these niggas want to have a moral code after they get in there. That's the time not to have a moral code.
Yeah.
You didn't have a moral code outside, but once you get in there, now you want to have a moral code all of a sudden. Oh, we don't need to do this. I need to take care of this. Oh, God, you don't take care of your fucking mom, bro. Like, why you want to take care of this random nigga you don't know? It's just like, nah, man. I wasn't falling for that shit. I was like, man, once I get in there, hey, anybody can get it. I ain't fucking with none of y'all. Now, when we got a team up, cool, but y'all got to understand at the end of the day, anybody
Only
can get
one
it
person
because somebody
can
like it. Yeah. Well, I guess from the rules, I think most people can make
They
it
can
at the
make it
end. 'Cause
seem like it.
No, it was only 6 games. Remember, the rule is there was 6 games they had to play. Now, that glass breaking game was to eliminate a lot of people. So, maybe on the only last 3 will make it out of that game. Them stepping through that glass. But that's why I say another cliche thing. They may not have played Squid Game at the end if it was more than like 3 or 4 people that made it. Maybe they would have, maybe they wouldn't. I don't really know how Squid Game
Yeah,
works.
I always wonder how if that chick would have made it alive.
They might
to the
still
final
have.
game.
They probably still have because I remember in the beginning there was more than one person playing the Squid Game game. You remember when it was Gray and he was explaining how Squid Game works? It was more than just. It was like about 3 or 4 of them. So they probably would have still played Squid Game. It was more. And remember, it was 3 people until he killed her.
Yeah.
So it had to, but it was this cliche thing. Oh, the glass breaks hit her, which is illegal as fuck. They actually should have helped her.
They should have.
Because that's kind of interfering with the game. Like nobody stabbed her, nothing else happened. So they should have helped her out, honestly.
It's like, the rules don't matter when somebody dying,
Well, I understand the rules don't matter if somebody kills somebody, but if she gets injured based off of something y'all set up, y'all should have helped her out.
Yeah.
So because y'all interfered with the last game by her getting hit by that shard of glass.
Mm-hmm.
But okay, so Nam being the guy who we got a lot more to do. Let's wait before we get to that. First, I want to get your reaction to the first game, and then we'll go to the So your reaction to the red light, green light when that first happened.
It got me into the show. The first guy, you just heard a pop, and he fell to the ground, and everybody was like, "Oh, why he fell?" Like what was going on?
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh snap!"
I knew
they
immediately.
just shot him. I mean,
I knew immediately. I was
like, "Oh, that's the twist.
Yep.
You gonna die for
Yep.
real." And the guy ran up to see if he was what he was doing on the ground. He's like, "Get up," And then he saw him coughing up blood, and that's when he turned around. And that's when I was like, "Oh, all these people about to die." I was like, "It's about to be chaos," and that's exactly what it was. In that second, shoot, I would have fell to the ground and just would have, I would have stayed on the ground. I would have stopped running. I would have just
You would have
started
died.
crawling. I would have been crawling
You
the
would have
whole
died.
time. Nah,
You would have died.
I would stay still.
You
I
would
would
have
have
died.
been crying. I would have been on the
Because
ground.
crawling, you have to still get there within a certain time limit. So you can't crawl. You have to run.
Oh yeah.
I would have just stopped earlier than everybody else. I'd have been stop. And then, well, you can't really time it. So I would have had like a time in my head and I would have just stopped earlier than everybody and just don't move. But I'd have followed that old guy because he looked like he was having fun.
He was having
That
fun.
nigga give no, Nam didn't give no fucks, bro.
You had to stay behind somebody. Stay low.
That too.
If they get popped, they get popped first. And,
That too.
I mean, there was definitely a tactic too. You can figure it out immediately what was going on. I'm like, okay, all these shots firing everywhere. How they not shooting somebody on accident? You know how?
I think it was a lot of people who weren't moving that still got shot. I was like, damn, that nigga was not moving.
It's like,
That's
why I would have been on the ground.
At that point, yeah, I'd have been rolling.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, because I saw a couple of people out there just getting shot for no reason.
Yeah, it was crazy.
So,
it was crazy.
Yeah, that was crazy.
But I was like, oh, this is very literal. You are eliminated. You know?
Yep. So after that game, they get to decide and vote if they want to leave. And
that was
what?
They figured it out. They got to leave, but they all came back anyway. So it was stupid. They knew.
Well, no, I'm saying that the fact that because we know knowing who Nam is now, the fact that he voted to let them leave shows that, yo, this is why all of y'all came back off of your decisions.
Mm-hmm.
So that's another reason I'm like, there's no moral code because y'all all chose to be here and y'all know what it is now.
Right.
So I don't want to hear nothing about, oh, you shouldn't have did this to anybody because he knew what it could be if he came back. You know,
you knew if you win, somebody losing, somebody else getting eliminated.
Yep.
You know it.
Yep. I wouldn't have came back. I'd have figured that shit out. But it's almost like the overarching point. It looks like is I'd rather be dead than broke. Or no, I say you might as well be dead if you're broke.
That's how they made it seem.
That's what it. And I mean, you look at a lot of these people's lives. They were doing it to themselves, though.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's not like they grew up into poverty or something like that. Like a lot of these people had chances, and they were just their addictions or whatever else happened. Now, like I said, girl, Sabiok. I was say Sabiok. Okay?
I thought she was baby girl.
Yeah, baby girl. Yeah, I'm gonna just call her baby girl. Yeah. So if you look at baby girl, she had a situation where she didn't have a choice. Her and my other boy Ali had a situation where they didn't really have much of a choice. That's why I kind of fell for them. Everybody else, like their problems were self-made. So I was, y'all, fuck you, to be honest. But yeah, I thought that was a very interesting point of the show, and that's what I really liked about the show. Like the gore aside, I just like that aspect to it, like the deeper story behind that, the deeper layer. And I like that the show was able to execute both. Like, oh, we're going to bring something to get them attached as far as the blood and all this other stuff. Because they know that's aesthetically, like as a viewer, that kind of brings a suspense, but also this other moral, like, struggle behind it. And this classism. I like that, too. That was really cool.
I think it's crazy they started off with red light, green light, and that was the easiest one out of all the games.
In this fashion? I think red light, green light probably was the easiest. Which one do you think you'd have did the best in, and then which one do you think you did the worst in? Which game?
Red light, green light was the easiest. The worst. It depends, because if I was on the glass game, stepping over the glass, I don't know if I would have been able to tell the difference between the two. And I don't know what number I would have picked. I would have gone for the middle like everybody else. And then at that point, because everybody in the middle was trying to kill each other. There was like a little something in the middle you could walk on. It wasn't in between the classes. I was like, why nobody even tried to do that? I don't know.
True, too. Walk on the middle, walk on the sides. There was ways to win that game.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think the cookie, that game, whatever that was called, that was probably the toughest. This side story with the organs, that was the weak point for me.
Yeah, that was kind of...
I didn't like it.
What were they doing with the organs?
They were selling them of the people who died. And that was the part that I thought it was going to be rigged. I was like, oh, they're rigging this and they're going to kill all the people who, all the strongest people, basically. So anybody who looks like they have organs that could be harvested or sold like that, they going to die. Like, they going to kill them. But it was good and refreshing. And I like to find out that the front man had nothing to do with this.
Mm.
He didn't even know about it, which is odd, but he didn't know anything about that. Now, the story will be fine if they do a season 2 and they expound upon the whole organ harvesting thing. But if this is the last we hear about that, that was whack. That was whack. That was weak as hell. So, yeah, that's still pending for me whether I like that story or not, because it was cool and it kind of gave the cops something to do, and it made it seem like there was this deeper thing. But when we was like, oh, this is just surface level and y'all just harvesting organs and y'all really didn't have a plan and they're all really sloppy and there's no deeper connection to it, I was like, oh, this is stupid.
Yeah.
You know, so
that's not even the focus anymore. We're still trying to save people's lives.
You got all this other stuff going on and you throw this in, like, you know, so hopefully that does, hopefully they do expound upon that and they're in the second season, because I know there has to be a second season.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
Oh, okay. So let's get into Nam. Let's do that. So
okay,
revealing that Nam was the guy. He was the.
That was a real twist. I didn't expect it at all.
Me neither. I didn't see that coming.
Not at all, but it kind of made sense after the fact, because you knew it was going to be some old guy that came up with it.
Well, I didn't. Honestly, I didn't. I didn't think they had to have any. I thought the front man was the guy. So to have that double twist, it was like, oh shit, like, you know what I mean? Like, because they really could have just ended how they did. I didn't think it would be the front man and was old dude's brother, and then Nam was behind that too, like behind the whole thing. But I think it was good because it was Nam. To me, it makes sense, kinda.
Yeah.
It makes, the only thing that makes sense is the first game, why he was so excited.
Right.
That was one thing that makes sense. His motivations didn't make sense. That was so childish.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's all childish. He was like, "Oh, this is something me and my friends made up, and let's kill people."
But
it's entertaining.
It kind of goes back to the classism thing. Is like, oh, when you're rich, you don't have much to do with your money, so now you kind of want to relive. Maybe they were working so much throughout their life, they kind of missed their childhood, and now they're trying to relive that before they die. And he's so rich they can almost buy people and play with people's lives. He's like, just like you play with horses and bet on horses.
Yeah, he said
they bet on horses to make money. These guys were betting on people because they had that extra money to spend.
Right.
So that was interesting if you want to take it that deep. But I was like, really, bro? That's why you said that? What? No. But yeah, I think, I don't even know if I finished this point either. But that shows me again the game, because a lot of people thought the game was rigged for dude to win. At that point, he was like, because they were friends. But I'm like, no, because if he would have chose number 1 on that glass hopping game, he would have died.
Oh, for sure.
You know, so that game was up to chance. He just happened to be indecisive and pick 16. And that literally was the only reason he won. That game was about chance to eliminate and cut down for the last game. So if he would have chose 1 or 2, he did. So that's why I said they couldn't have rigged it for him to win at all.
No, and Song Woo had every chance to kill him.
Yep. So, I mean, it wasn't rigged for him to win. That's the one thing I liked about it. It was even, and they made sure it was even for anybody to win throughout the entire game. But being a cliche show, like a lot of shows are, he had to make it to the end, you know, because he was the protagonist. So,
and then afterwards, he felt bad. He didn't spend the money. He didn't, you know.
Nigga, man. That's another.
That's just another point.
Punk ass nigga, man. Well, why? I mean, I guess he's doing good and everything with it now, but I'm like, what are you mad about?
You chose that.
No, not even that, but I don't know you people.
But I mean, think about it. You're in the trenches with these people. You're developing a strong bond in a very short amount of time.
You don't take care of your daughter or your mom. I don't want to hear nothing about these random people. Fuck
yeah, that's true.
I don't want to hear that.
True.
I don't want to hear that.
You know, something I was thinking about, the cop.
That's what it was. The cop and his
And the
brother.
brother.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the front man being his brother. He's not. First of all, that's what goes into my theory. If we want to start getting into theories now, cop ain't dead. Of course,
You know what? I didn't think so too because it didn't look like he
cop
really
ain't dead,
shot him. You didn't see him really
bro. He
shoot him.
shot him in the arm,
Yeah, I mean, he could have survived that fall.
and then he fell into the water. Like, come on, people. If anybody believes that the cop is dead, you gotta stop. You got come on, man. It's just, come on.
Yeah, he's still alive.
He shot him in the arm. The guy fell into the water. That is typical movie fashion of, oh, he's gonna be back next season. You know, I will bet money he is coming back next season.
Mm-hmm.
Another thing a lot of people was commenting on, how did his phone last that long? I don't even count. I will let that because I have a Samsung. Maybe y'all don't know. So my phone can last a long time. So I understand you iPhone users may not know how that works. But my thing was, how did his phone last under the water? That's when I noticed it. This nigga swam from wherever they were at to that beach, and his phone was still on. He was able to send that text out.
He put it in a plastic bag. He took it out the plastic bag once he got on the island.
Oh, he put it in the plastic bag?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't see that. Yeah. Oh, well, yeah, he good. He probably had a Samsung or something. That's how his phone lasted. Yeah, case closed.
He figured it out.
Yeah, he good on that. But yeah, that was a little cool reveal, which I'm kind of wondering, what happened with his brother, that his brother's there now.
Right. So the old man and the brother, like, what's their connection? You know what I'm saying?
People are saying that he was the winner of the last game and he came back, like he didn't have a choice or something like that. And he wanted to keep playing. Some shit like that. That's what people are saying. But
something. I bet we'll figure it out in the next season for sure.
Yeah.
It's going to be something about that. They probably will do like a, looking in retrospect type of thing. See how things came to that point.
Since we're talking about next season, so do you have any theories?
Just right there. I mean, I'm sure they'll explain how it came about. Give us a little backstory on the brother, the main guy.
I have one more thing to add. I'm sorry, before you finish.
Go ahead.
Jin Yoon was about to murder this dude in his sleep.
Who?
He was about to murder his friend in his sleep.
Sangwoo?
Yes.
Where? Oh, yeah, he sure was.
So he had every right to kill baby girl. I'm sorry. He had every right. It was licensed. His dude was asleep, and I forgot what happened that he didn't do it. He was warranted. I'm telling you, all these people are fucked up. Y'all rooting for these people. Y'all were rooting for these people who were fucked up. Well, these
you can't be surprised that he did.
Yeah, fuck that nigga. He should have. Yeah, I hate baby girl had to die, but it's all good.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead though. So I'm sorry.
Yeah, they'll give us a little backstory in the second season, I'm sure. And I'm sure the main character, what's his name again?
Jin Yoon.
Jin Yoon.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure he's gonna try to get back. Probably do the same thing like the cop did. Get on one of those vans, get on the boat, something, or he'll just try to get in the games again.
It's not gonna work though because they know In-ho was the front man's name. I hope I'm pronouncing that right.
Yeah, that's right.
In-ho told him before he got on the plane, and it's crazy that they saw him. He was like, you step on that plane, you don't want to come back. I was like, oh shit, they're keeping tabs on you.
Oh yeah.
So they know him turning around to come back. They're not gonna let him play. They already know what he about.
True.
So they're not gonna. I kind of want to see how what he's gonna do. I wonder what the red hair is about. At first, I thought that was him.
Yeah.
He was gonna play because there was a theory also with the salesman that if Jin Yoon would have picked the red card, he would have been one of the workers there instead of the people playing in the game. Mm-hmm. But he chose the blue one. That was a theory. I don't know how true that is. But with the red hair, we might find out. He may come back as a worker, but it wouldn't make sense to me either because they already know what he's trying to do. So they wouldn't let him come back to be that close to the game.
So who's still left from the first season who can be in the second season?
In-ho, Jin Yoon, In-ho's brother, I don't remember his name, the cop basically.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's it, huh?
That's pretty much it.
It's going to be a bunch of new characters.
And that's what scares me now because and I think the past winners, another thing they were saying, the past winners may be the people who were security. I don't know. Anyways,
maybe we'll
what
see
scares me now is because, okay, so the guys that came in, the old white men who were betting on this game for the final game, who came with the mask on, they said verbatim, they said the Korean edition of the games have been good, or they've been good so far, or something like that. And that leads me to believe there are more games in different countries, because you remember this was only in Korea, and these guys were white. You know what I mean?
True.
So I'm thinking that they have some in different places. Like they may, and I know what's gonna happen. Netflix is gonna have season 2 in America, and it's gonna be the worst. It's gonna be bad. If they ever come to America, it's gonna be bad.
Yeah.
It's gonna be terrible. I'm telling y'all, no, that's one of my predictions. If they do an international one and they do one in America, it's gonna be terrible.
Yeah.
Because they're gonna try to redo this shit, and it's not gonna be about Squid Games anymore. It's gonna be like who fucking who. Because you remember, that's another thing I liked about the show. It didn't have many sex. It had one sex scenes in there, but even that was her using it as a power move against him. Like it wasn't just some random sex, you know. So I think they bring it to Hollywood. Oh, everybody fucking in there. And somebody cheating on somebody, this person doing this and this person doing that. Who did? Oh, you called me a nigga? You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be shit like that.
They're gonna have a black person.
They're gonna have black people. That, what you say? You called me a nigga? It's like, no, make it bigger. It's like, what? Is somebody gonna get killed? You know what I mean? So it's just gonna be a bunch of shit in there, you know. So shit that don't have to do with the game, but it's gonna be like reality TV, and then Squid Game is gonna become secondhand. So I hope Korea keeps this and keep it over there. Whoever did it keeps it, and don't Americanize this shit at all. Please don't Americanize this shit at all. Keep it the way it is.
And what about the games? What other games y'all gonna play?
Oh, they're gonna add some more games.
You remember Thumbs Up?
If they do that American version, what we doing?
You remember Thumbs Up 7 Up?
You put your head down?
Yeah.
Everybody down in that bitch, because I'm gonna be in that. Everybody got their head down. I'm slicing everybody neck, shanking them.
Shoot.
Everybody.
I don't know what we gonna play.
They gonna be like, heads up. I'm gonna be like, damn, where? I'm like, damn, what happened to everybody in here? They dead.
Gone.
They dead. I'm killing everybody in that game. Hide and seek. That's another good one.
Yeah.
A hide and seek with lives on the line. That would be a good one too.
I saw another one. Like, what if they play basketball?
Oh, the RCD World? My bad. RDC World said, what if they play basketball? Did you see that clip?
I think I'm not sure if it was
RDC World is I forgot his real name.
Wasn't it
the guy who says Jermaine Cole, the black dude. And he has a group of friends there. Like, I think they live in like Dallas, or they somewhere in Texas. And they make all these clips about, like, they make anime clips. They started to make basketball clips. You got to check them out. They're hilarious. I love those guys. And they started small with all their friends and made it. But they made a clip about Squid Games, what if it was basketball?
Yeah, if it's the same thing, it was hilarious.
Yeah, that's
like, I'm about to get this, you know.
and look, if it was basketball, guess who everybody picking?
Who you think?
Black people. Oh, yeah, ain't racism then, right?
No, but see, you don't know the game before you start playing, so you gotta think.
But once we got, let's say you on a team of niggas, tall niggas, and everybody else white and Korean, you think, and they reveal it's basketball. Oh, we got this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But anywhere else outside of that, oh, it's racist. It's you know what I'm saying? So I like that. I just like that element to it. But yeah, man, we're gonna get out of here. Is there any other thing that we missed? Maybe.
No, we touched all the main points. I mean, I'm just gonna wait and see what character is gonna be in the next one. You know, I'm waiting for that trailer. Let's see.
The trailer. Oh, speaking of trailers, that Batman trailer, bruh.
That was dope.
Bruh, let's get into that real quick. Close it out for y'all in the Squid Games. Appreciate y'all tuning into the Squid Games. Remember to subscribe. Shout out to all the subscribers on YouTube. Y'all been showing love. Appreciate that, man. Remember to subscribe, turn your notifications, like all that good stuff. Appreciate the people listening in on audio as well. And let's get into that Batman
Let's do it.
trailer real quick.